The most grumpiest. You ready for some craziness? Whoa! They're trying to make this completely illegal to own. Every time I deal with this rattlesnake, the hair stands up on the back of my neck and his tail stands up. He is absolutely the most grumpiest snake we own, I think. He is literally, when you hear that "don't tread on me" thing with the rattlesnake, yeah, it was his grandma. Man, look at him. He is literally a handful. Now, each time he sheds, those rattles get longer and longer, and you need to stay, you're maxed out, because this guy has a reach like no other. How'd you like to be the cameraman right now? Trust me, it's crazy. Boy, this guy is just a grump. So he's got plenty of venom in him. I got bit by a very similar one of this, a red diamondback, and I almost died. This guy here is an albino, so he wouldn't be camouflaged at all. So I'm going to put him in this temporary enclosure, and boy, is he a handful. Come on there, buddy. Normally I would tail him, but this guy here, he's got the longest strike, and he's just a full handful. Come on. I'm not the best at 2 snake hooks at a time, but you know what? It's the only way to deal with this guy. Come on, there you go. Now, up, back down, all the way down. There you go. There you go. There we go. Think I'm kidding? Today we're gonna mess with some really crazy snakes. There's a crazy topic right now. It's pets. Well, you know what? These aren't pets. These aren't even close to pets. These are for educational purposes. These are what you call gaboon viper. They come from basically central to West Africa and have the longest fang of any venomous snake in the world. Pets. Why did I bring up pets? There's this organization called US ARC. It's literally US ARC for animals, because a lot of us have different kinds of animals, but here's the crazy part. The most common pet animals are going to be taken away from us if we're not careful. So what we have to do is let people know in the government that we actually care about having pets. I'm not talking about venomous reptiles. When I was a kid, I wouldn't have even imagined something like this. I'm 57 years old now. So I've kind of paid my dues, and this is working with things that, I have a zoo, I work a lot with educating kids and different things. And you know, even though this is an animal that no kid would ever want a kid to ever touch or think of holding something like this, it's still something to catch their attention. And without the ability as a kid to be able to see snakes and hold lizards and have frogs and all these different things, how are you really going to ever learn about animals and how important they are to save? So I'm going to ask you guys, do me a huge favor. Go to the US ARC and do me a favor. Support them, because US ARC's literally watching out for you and your dogs and your cats and all the other things. Now, this guy here, we're putting in this container because he's going to go to the vet and get a good checkup, because it's been a while, and it's a female. She's really big and really strong. Now, obviously, with the longest fangs in the world, I'm going to have to be really careful. That being said, you know what? Look at this guy right here. These guys are just, this is a tegu. So one state where they cannot live in the wild, this is a full-grown educational one. His name is Squash. Look how awesome he is. In one state, they're trying to make this completely illegal to own, because he doesn't come from that state. But you know what? He can't live in that state. He can't hurt the environment. He can't do anything except be an amazing ambassador of animals, and reason why we want to save our animals. So when I say please support US ARC, I mean please support US ARC. And if you do, tag us with your support and your memberships, and I'd love to see them all and like them all. But then here's the finale. Let me show you another cool, crazy venomous snake. By the way, US ARC doesn't even know I'm making this video. This is completely 100% just a reminder that in real life, the only rights we have are the ones we protect. There's a lot of things that have changed because nobody speaks up. And the only people that can try to fight it need attorneys and all the crazy stuff that does it. And it isn't even about fighting it. It's just about getting both sides of the view. So look at this. This is such a beautiful snake. Look at the color and stuff like that. Look at that. So you can see why they're called a rhino viper. These come from the same area, the same tropical rainforest, and have huge fangs, but not as big as those gaboon vipers. So, anyway, give you guys a chance. There should be a link to USARK. Go check their page out, read up on them, find out what you can do, and make a difference. Because you know what? I don't think you want to keep one of these, but you might want to keep a tegu, you might want to keep a gecko, you might want to keep a ball python. Eventually, I promise you, the way they're structuring the rules, you can have nothing. Not even a bunny. Anyway, trust me, I live in California. Bunnies are no longer allowed to be sold as a pet. Living the dream, reptile style, and this is not a pet. Trust me, not a pet.